your angels, ancestors, and guides have a message for you in relation to your self-love and self-care routine, okay? And I'm being called to use my Powerful Perspectives Oracle deck, which I haven't used in a TikTok collective reading in a very long time, if ever. I'm trying to remember. It's not sponsored in any way, but this is a very, very, very powerful deck. I do not feel called to use this for the collective very often, so there's a huge, strong message coming through, but I was channeling with Aphrodite and Apollo outside in the sun, and a few things were coming through. One, you need to get outside. Okay, some of y'all are inside, you're camping out too much, you're laying in your bed, you're bed rotting, like you need to go feel the sun on your skin. You need to go incorporate all elements, okay? You need to go touch grass, you need to go do a smoke cleanse, some of y'all need to take a bath, like confirmation. And there was a message coming through that self-care is productive. Ooh, this is coming through so strong. Self-care is productive even if it doesn't cross something off a list. Okay, and there was also something coming through right as I was starting to channel and right as I was starting to record of like, you have a relationship with money, you're working on some sort of budget, you're working on some sort of plan, and you're trying to limit the amount of expenses, which is great, but there's a message coming through where she is reminding you, where your guides are reminding you that to buy something, it's an investment, not a purchase. Okay, they want to remind you that getting your hair, your nails done, doing a massage, going and getting a chiropractor appointment, going and getting a pedicure, whatever, is an investment in your body, is an investment in yourself. Okay, so I think a lot of times, and I get it from a financial standpoint, from an like kind of a logical standpoint, that's usually where, when we're kind of looking at things to cut, that's where we go, and sometimes we don't have the means. I'm not saying we have to buy all the fanciest things. You know, a pedicure can be at home. You can do a haircut at home. You can do those things with less money involved, but there's just a huge emphasis here. Like, it is an investment in self. It's not a purchase, whereas going and buying like a new computer is a purchase. I mean, it's an investment in itself too, but it really depends on what is the functionality. What are you putting in? What are you trying to accomplish? And especially if you start to put intentions before you go and get services, before you go and do stuff at home. I want to remind y'all, glamour magic in general, manifestation in general, you don't have to go do really expansive rituals. You don't have to go do anything so crazy. It can be from the simple little things that you say, the simple little things that you do at home, okay? Like, that's what they're coming in and saying. Like, it doesn't have to be so crazy, but if you feel called to get the crazy stuff, do the crazy stuff. Okay, I'm gonna stop yapping because I feel like I've been talking literally for 3 minutes, but there's just, you need to take time for yourself. You need to take time to rest. And again, it's an investment in self. That just keeps coming through. It's an investment in self. And trust me, like, my last name is an adjective in my family for cheap. Like, I struggle to want to spend money on readings, on massages, on some sort of like pedicure, like I struggle with it, but I still, like, it's like you have to do it, especially if you're trying to take care of yourself, if you're trying to show your spirit team, show your guides, show your ancestors that you are trying to take care of, like, the vessel that you're given. That's how you're gonna do it. Okay, so this is the first card that came out, and card 19 literally talks about being stuck and feeling like you don't have control going forward, but not realizing the spiritual and divine wisdom that comes from within you and that you have all around you. Okay, literally the key words here are sitting in suspended animation, knowledge to move forward and loosen the bonds that you have placed on yourself, being supported by your wisdom, guides, guardians, and receiving divine love. Okay, you literally have an unlimited amount of knowledge, of potential, of resources, of love, of nurturement at this time, and Spirit wants to remind you of that. And they want you to overpour into that. Like, it's less of what you're doing in the physical, but some of you guys need to take that time in the physical because you guys are doing all of this stuff in the spiritual realm, but you guys aren't taking care of yourself in the physical. And I really, there's just such a strong emphasis again of, like, they keep saying the vessel, the vessel, the vessel. You only get one, you only get this one, you only get this one. You have to take care of it. You want to take care of it. There's nothing wrong also within, like, you know, they're giving me kind of the two examples of more like medicinal purposes and more cosmetic purposes. And they are saying to, yes, prioritize obviously the medicinal over the cosmetic, but not to diminish the intent and the purpose and the beauty in the cosmetic things too, because what is so wrong about being confident in yourself? What's so wrong about, like, wanting to make sure that you feel good about yourself? Like, If doing something makes you feel happy, makes you feel confident, makes you go after things, makes you stand a little bit taller, makes you voice yourself a little bit louder, why wouldn't your spirit team, ancestors, angels be for that? Okay? And literally, wait, this says offerings. I've never noticed that before on here. Okay. Immediately I just saw a big bowl of water. I don't know if your ancestors, maybe I'm seeing a cup of wine as well. I'm seeing rose petals. I'm seeing fresh flowers. I'm seeing a perfume. Aphrodite is coming through very, very strongly. But the key words for this one are all experiences have value, obstacles conquered, success, joy, celebration of new skills, helping others, working with crystals for love. I love that. Manifestation and protections, and see your magnificence. Okay. Literally seeing rose quartz. I'm seeing rose quartz. I'm seeing clear quartz. And I just have like this little, I don't know if you can see it. I had one of those like paint by numbers or bead by numbers, and it's literally a pink one. So something within that, maybe y'all need to go get like a little confirmation. Y'all need to go do a paint by numbers, or you need to go do some sort of like craft with your hands. It doesn't, again, like that could be an offering in itself. I want to remind you, offerings don't have to be necessarily so physical. Again, they're saying vessel. Your vessel is an offering. Your vessel is an offering. So your vessel's an offering. So when you go and get a manicure, when you go and do a pedicure, when you go and get a massage, when you go and do anything related to like your physical body, mental health, spiritual health, like you're literally giving your spirit team an offering, because you're showing up for yourself and showing that you care about yourself. And this download came through a couple days ago, but there was a download coming through of like any money that you spend that is like for yourself, for the betterment of yourself, will come back to you. It will come back to you and then some. So like if you again go to a manicure pedicure appointment, I don't know why that's coming through, something like maybe it's because I got a dead nail. But there's an example, like you put the intention of what you're doing is really again an offering, is a way of showing of like really taking the time. Like maybe you just need to leave your phone in the car and you need to just like actually just like sit and relax and be there with self, be there with spirit. Okay. Like, but offerings don't also have to involve money, okay? It doesn't have to involve spending money. It doesn't have to involve getting physical things, but that download came through really strongly. But card number 4 in the reversal here is ideas are springing forward from the ether into your head. Maybe that's why you need to leave your phone in the car. There are parrots in the room. What would you want? What would you say? Or what would you want? Oh my gosh. Would you want what you say repeated? That was so hard to say. Keep cards close to your chest. Amplification of intention. What goes around comes around. Again, amplification of intention, 747. It's not so much about the fancy spell work. It's not so much about the big things. Yes, those help. Yes, those get things faster. But how can you start to implement the little things in your routine? How can you start to kind of just do the little enchantments, do the little things? And it's like you're being encouraged to speak. And I feel like part of it is, it's like you need to make sure that what you're speaking is very clear and concise. That's why we're kind of getting some throat chakra clearings at the moment, because you do have people listening and you do have people wanting to repeat back what you're saying, whether for like good intent or whether as kind of like a reporter kind of snooper intent. There's a little bit of both coming in, but you're getting so much going on. Like people are listening, people are wanting to take in your voice and your message way more than you're giving yourself credit for at this time as well. And there's something about when you take care of yourself in the physical, I feel like it's like whether you're a content creator, whether you just like show up for people at your job in some way, you know that when you're physically looking your best and physically feeling your best, you show up and you provide better because you feel confident. You feel good in yourself. You're not wondering what people are thinking. And I know it might sound shallow or it might sound low vibrational to the wrong individuals who might be hearing this, but I feel like the right individuals are going to know exactly what I'm talking about. There's like flowers in this too, so some of y'all like, the fresh flower offering too, but some of y'all just need to buy flowers for yourself. Some of you guys need to listen to music. Some of you guys need to dance. Again, you guys need to go like touch grass. You guys need to go like just lay out in a field for a little bit. Go pick some flowers yourself maybe instead of buying flowers. Again, it's not so much about like the purchasing. It's about the offering. It's about the intent. But again, they're reminding you that at the end of the day, it is your vessel and it is the intention and the amplification of that intention that is the utmost importance at the end of the day. So take care of yourself. Okay, it is okay to indulge every now and then. It's okay to go and get those services done. I feel like, again, a lot of y'all have been told it's bad, it's selfish, it's a waste of money, yada, yada, yada. Once you're spiritually tapped in, you're going to know it's an offering and it's a way to show the love and spread the love.